Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name's Emma LaFave, and today we're going to be painting an underwater ocean scene. So let's jump right in and get started. Okay, so my son has been really into the ocean lately, so I thought I'd try and paint an underwater ocean painting. I don't know if I'm going to do any fish or anything like that, but I just wanted to do something that's a bit more underwater. And I thought it'd be cool to do it in like a circle form. So I have this pot from IKEA that I'm just going to use to trace a circle. So I just have a pencil and I'm going to trace around like so, like that. Okay, so we have our circle. I know it's a little bit difficult to see, but you will see it in a minute. Okay, so I am painting in my Etcher Lab cold press watercolor sketchbook. I have my Winsor Newton professional paints with me, and then my Emma LaFave Craftable brushes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in this whole circle with a wash of light blue. So I just have this like indigo color here. I'm just going to wet my brush. I'm just going to start off with a light wash over the whole thing. And I'm using quite a bit of water just because I want to make sure it's all evenly wet. And I don't want it to dry out on me. I'm just going to turn my lights down a bit to hopefully help you guys see it better. Add a bit more color. So right now I'm just trying to get the background all evenly wet. I don't want it necessarily pooling in any areas. If I need to remove some water, I will, but I'm adding a decent amount just so I can keep it all evenly wet. So I just move that water all around. Okay, now I'm going to start going in and adding color, and I'm actually going to have a gradient from dark to light. So in order to do that, we're just going to grab our darker color. So I'm just going to grab some indigo here, and I'm just going to start at the bottom. And I'm just going to try and slowly bring it up. If you'd like to use masking fluid to get a nice sharp edge, you could totally do that. Just to make your circle really nice and sharp. Okay, so it's a slight gradient. We're going to add a bit more darker color at the bottom. And this is just going to be a one color picture painting. So we're just probably going to use just indigo. Okay. So it's nice and dark at the bottom. Like so. I'm just going to start adding some like wave textures here, like this. And what's going to make this look cool is we're going to have some like rays of sunlight coming in. So because I want it a little lighter up there, I'm just going to wash off my brush. Like so. Okay. So now I'm going to take my size 6 brush, and I'm going to wet it, then I'm going to kind of dry it. And I'm going to start doing these. I'm going to lift up some of the color like that. So it looks like sun is kind of peeking through. You can go over it again. So my brush isn't completely dry. I just wet it and then dried it like this. And I'm just lifting some of that color. Okay, and it's all going right to the top. I think I had a bit too much water on there. That's okay. Like this. just lifting that color up so it looks like the sun is really shining into the bottom of this painting or this ocean. I'm gonna try and smooth out the top of it. Just trying to blend out some of these rays just a bit. And again, I'm just going to add a little bit more darkness down here. And we might add some like seaweed and stuff too once it dries. Again, just drying off my brush. Just trying to lift that color. Like so. Okay, so now I'm gonna dry this and then we will do a little bit more detail, maybe some fish. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm gonna add some seaweed at the bottom. So I'm just gonna take my color, and because we're doing wet on dry, it's just gonna be a little bit sharper. And you're just gonna do this kind of seaweed, just some squiggly lines at the bottom. You could always do coral too if you wanted. We have some coming this way. Okay, and then I'm thinking of doing maybe a whale kind of coming up. Okay, so I'm going to try and explain this the best I can. I'm going to start off kind of scooping down. It's not like a straight back, but you're going to go along and then you're going to kind of bend it down towards where the tail's going to be. And then you're going to kind of do a parallel line doing the same kind of curve from the top. Leave a little bit for the mouth. You'll see it a bit better once I add the first wash. And then we're going to add two fins that are both pointing down. It's like the whale is kind of coming up to the surface. And then we're going to do the pointed tail. And that's kind of it. As simple as we can make it. And then I'm just going to fill it in with this light wash of blue. Like this. Okay, and then I'm going to add in a bit darker color, especially underneath, because there would be a bit more of a shadow underneath. But also there's like the whitish part underneath too, so I don't want to make it too dark. Just gonna, oops, a little bit too much water. Just a couple of like little lines, like so. Like that, and then we're just going to do a bit more of the coral or the seaweed down here. Just another round of it to make it look like it's more in the foreground. So that first layer was kind of in the background. Just kind of have it going every which way. Like so. But I'm also thinking there needs to be a bit more of a highlight on the whale because of the sun hitting it at the top. So I'm wondering if I just take, I'm just gonna throw some clean water there to push back the color. And I feel like these need to be a little bit more jagged. Like so. And there we go. We have our underwater ocean whale. Thank you all so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram and Facebook for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.